And hello, and welcome to the BitCoin Roadshow. We're in sunny Atlanta that is going to have thunderstorms, and it did, like you never realized. They were fucking huge. But it's been the last 7 days.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Alright, all good, all good. So, yeah, he's good, man, he's fine. That's my son there, Rumble, he travels with me everywhere. As I said, we're in Atlanta. So, oh yeah, that's right. I did a video the other day in the airport in Vilnius in Lithuania, and I deleted it because it was shit quality. But I'm kind of annoyed that I deleted it because I predicted that by the 27th we would have a resurgence of Bitcoin. I just said by the 27th because I was trying to be obtuse. I didn't want to be proven wrong, so I put it out a little bit. I actually thought the 25th, but anyway, it happened sooner. So you see it's already gone up $1,000 and it's gone up another well, I think almost 1,000 again. So I think we're probably in this bull run. Don't get me wrong, corrections will keep on happening because you've got a lot more CUNTS. I don't want to swear anymore in my videos. It's like, I don't know if that's the reason why I'm, you know, these algorithms they have. I also think things like Facebook and that also have like a button switch. Like the corporation masters told us that we shouldn't promote this video in any way, so let's overcome that trend algorithm and make sure it doesn't get out. The same as the Cryptoversity on Facebook, you know, which teaches people how to use everything about crypto, really, also trading and mining and everything, right? It doesn't get out there unless we actually actively promote it, which, you know, I see people who started channels at the same time as mine and they boom. Some might be the swearing, so, but that's not the excuse for Facebook. I don't swear on there, so it must just be because I'm spreading the truth and they don't like it. They being the MFs that control the world, who are cacking in their pants right now because their worthless currency is, well, let's just say it's going to be the emperor's new clothes kind of scenario. And this is why, even when we have these little shakeout corrections, because the corrections that we get even last year are market manipulation. They're not true corrections, right? They're manipulated corrections. And what they are is, how low will it go before people say, nah, it can't go low, it can't go any further. I still believe in it. There's that strength and belief that it can't fall below 5,700 and something I think I've got to. You pretty much, I think we're at the stage now where once it shoots past 20k and then beyond that, if it goes, let's say it gets to 25 in the next few months, I still think it'll get to maybe 65 this year, probably even more, who knows. You can never tell with the volatility, because I mean, say last year when we went up to 20k, that was a sheer case of lack of liquidity and a will for the banksters to get in. Their money started, you know, hemorrhaging into the let's call it the new economy, because that's what it is, and there just wasn't the sellers there. That's going to keep on happening again. The news is going to keep on coming out, telling you all that it's all doom and gloom. Every time there's a little dip, even though Bitcoin's still worth thousands of times which any other currency in the world is worth. They'll never report that the US dollar crashes. They'll never report that the Japanese yen, which will be the first one to go, that's crashed. But they sure as shit will report every downward action that happens on Bitcoin. Just don't be suckered in. I think section 14 or 15 on the Facebook and ONG version of the channel of the what do you call it, the Rumboom's Cryptoversity, explains that, how to overcome FUD and the fuck's that name in my nose? Oh, it's just shiny. Okay. I've been drinking a little bit. I'm at a little club around the corner from where I'm staying. Oh yeah, so damn it, I forgot what's saying that. Fuck. I do this quite a lot. You'll see this. This is a running theme in my videos. Oh yeah, I was thinking about giving up drinking, because then, just a short side story here. There's a time in every man's life when he has to realize that when he drinks too much, he's starting to become a bit of an asshole, and you have to check yourself. And I think I'm becoming a bit of an asshole. So this is yeah, no, I've just told them, yeah, you can come up. Up you come, up. Oh man. So yeah, we'll go soon. So yeah, all these corrections will happen all the time. But I think if you're someone who is, let's say, emotionally unstable and you can't trade properly, either don't trade or just hodl, basically. Hold on to it, because it's going to keep on going up. It will go to $1 million, as I said in previous videos, and the reason it will do so is not just because of the lack of liquidity driving the price up. It's also what's going to start happening soon is, once there is a mainstream understanding that currencies are collapsing, this might actually start near the end of the year. It could happen somewhere around October, where the property market around the world and also the stock market starts to crash. And that will really put more capital into this market, and you might see it going into the multiple trillions. So just from, it was floundering around the $750 billion mark last year, went back down to what, 300 billion this year. So, once it starts to grow, I mean, there's a potential for $90.4 trillion to enter the market, right? But once that waterfall of money starts flowing into the market, what will happen is there'll be people who are trapped into it. So that when it even gets, let's say half the market funnels into the crypto market, it can't keep on growing, because what will end up happening is, let's say there's $40 trillion left in the world economy. You might even get to that stage only halfway down, where no one wants to sell their crypto. They'll sell to other cryptos, they'll trade between other cryptocurrencies, but they'll no longer want to buy American dollar or Chinese yuan, or I would say by that stage that the Japanese yen will have actually collapsed, which is why they're adopting crypto. It's their only way out, because they know that they're literally going to destroy their country if they don't. America, on the other hand, because it's got petrodollar, still sees itself as they're flogging a dead horse, thinking they're going to make the horse, make the car obsolete. It's not going to happen. So they're going to sit there and fuck their citizens over big time by making crypto kind of non-gratis in this country, which is why people like me will leave in their droves. It really sucks. I love America, but I'm not going to stay in a country that's going to make what I do illegal, because that could happen. Who knows? You never. Or the IRS will come after me in a few years and start inspecting things closely and say I didn't report something correctly, and next thing you know, you just want to put me in jail, and people like me in jail. To be an example, all these things could happen, because that's exactly what the slave paradigm that we live in. Because we were all slaves. Well, no, not all of us. Most 99.999% of society is slaves. Even those that make good money, because especially those that make good money, because they're the ones that have apathy. They really think, I'm doing pretty well now. I make good money when I used to work in IT. I stopped working last year, but I didn't just stop working because I didn't want to. Not just because like, oh yeah, I can retire. I can sell my Bitcoin right now. I don't want to sell my Bitcoin, and I don't sell my Bitcoin. I keep going. I do pay rent in it sometimes. Like up in Colorado when I was doing that there, and I bought a car in Bitcoin as well. But for the most part, I don't want to sell out of it, because I know that by the time, let's say, Bitcoin reaches $1 million, the dollar itself will not be something that anyone wants to buy into. So why would I? It's like, yeah, look, I've got. You'd be sitting there holding the Zimbabwean $1 trillion note. That'd be what it's like. And who wants to do that? So that's why it's hard to say. I think there'll be a certain point when that crypto adoption peaks that no one will start. Just like in some of the crypto exchanges, you won't start counting in USD. You'll be counting in BTC, and I think there's a good chance it could happen before 2020, where you would actually start seeing everything is now valued in the international standard, of Bitcoin, and you just calculate back from there into every other currency, whether it's or gold or silver. You'll be saying, gold is worth so many satoshis an ounce, right? And I can't believe, even when that happened, I was actually in disbelief myself, because I'm a bit of a bullion bug myself, and I probably went too heavy into bullion because I got scared out of it, because I used to ask the opinion of people who didn't know. Because back in 2010, there wasn't many people around who did Bitcoin, and even by 2012, I sold out of it and bought back into it in 2013. I thought, yeah, this ain't going anywhere. But then, like an idiot, I still kept on asking people's opinions about it, and because I suppose it's human compulsion to be a sheep. If everyone, I've got hair like a sheep actually. Actually, my nickname for the Polish crew I used to hang with in South Africa was Baran, which means, actually Czarny Baran, which means black sheep. I had another friend, he was blonde and he had curly hair, we call him Baran. Anyway, that's beside the point. It's all exciting. I think it's so great. I know the banks are quaking in their shoes now. That's why they're making legislation left, right, and fucking centre. All the fascist countries in the world, like Britain, for example, will start making things more difficult as time goes on. You can bet for your crypto enthusiasts, your crypto investors, your new ICO startups. But we all collectively shouldn't give a fuck. But the problem is we won't stick together enough to actually keep people out of being a victim of the states. They try to make the various countries around the world as they try and make examples out of people. And I'm going to stop shooting this now because these guys are getting noisy. I just wanted to say, I told you so, it would go up, but I deleted the video. But I did say about it in the Twitter channel and also in Telegram. Hey, join Telegram channel for Cryptoversity, also private coin. So I put together a team to help a friend's company. They've had the most secure messaging app since 2015. They're a company that actually has something, not like the usual ICO where they're saying, hey, we promised to build this, or we're bringing out another coin. Look, it goes fast like another 1,000 coins out there. They're not doing anything special. This company is, and that's why it's worth investing in. Even if you don't invest in it, download the app, because they're going to start doing Bitcoin purchases like Coinbase. They're going to start doing it for 2%. Or you can buy private coin for 0%, which means it's the only. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm alright. I'm just filming a video for the channel.
This is my baby. You bet. Oh yeah,
so basically, what will happen is, I think it will get massive adoption, even without advertising it and pushing it down throats like the Ripple videos that are just so pathetic to watch. You can't wake people up. You can't argue to people about, I've been in this space a long time. Here are the reasons why I believe that Ripple is going to be the biggest scam of all time. I think it will be the biggest fraud in history when they end up pulling the plug and doing what they need to do. They're there to make money, and then they'll convert their money into some other real currency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or EOS or something like that. That's the plan. It's quite obvious. You watch the videos, these people act like they're impartial, and then they go, oh, so I want to talk about Ripple today. And you look back on the last 20 videos, and every single video is about Ripple. Sounds very BitConnect-esque, if you ask me. And we all know how shit that is. And the funny thing about it is, like Spain coin and a lot of these shite coins that have come out in the last few years, they're still going to be around, and they're still going to be suckering in new investors who think, oh, what's this thing? And they don't know very much, and they'll go and buy it. And it's such a shame that there's no way to scrub shite coins out the market, but that's the free world for you. All we can do is educate people. You got things like Stellar Lumens, which aren't a shite coin, but what they are is they go against crypto as well, in the same way that the Ripple goes against the whole ethic, the whole morals behind cryptocurrency. It's there to facilitate large corporations, and in that particular case with Stellar, it's going to be IBM and Intel. And we all know that they're all inextricably linked, all the banks, the corporations, the governments, the puppets we call government. So all I can suggest to people is try, if you're a trader, create a list of 10 or 20. So no matter what happens, you never get stuck with a shite coin if you're holding bags. And if you are holding bags, don't sell them just because they go down. Have stronger hands. This is what makes the market so volatile, not just the high frequency trading bots, but also people with weak hands. Just stop being such pussies. Go through the sections on Rumbling's Cryptoversity that teach you about emotional trading, about how to watch out for FUD, for fake news and bullshit like that. And then you won't make stupid sellouts, Sometimes you just got to hold for a while. It will rebound back, everything will. Well, not everything. Everything that's decent will. So do your research, make sure that what you're investing is, just like when they talk about the .com bubble. Some of the ideas back in the 90s were, in the .com bubble, were just ridiculous ideas, but people were throwing money at anything. The same way people do, some ICO guys actually make pretty good money like this. They'll invest, say, in 100 different ICOs. And let's say 95 of them just crash and go nowhere. They're just a scam. But the 5 that go well, it's a law of averages, isn't it? They might make 100x, might make 1,000x. So some of these guys, if they're even vaguely smart, they'll still make the money back. But you're also supporting negativity in the new economy. So I don't do that for that reason. I know I could make money. I don't do everything just to make money. That's the thing. Actually, more of what I'm involved in nowadays is just to really help stop people getting scammed, help crypto adoption, and help people escape the slave paradigm that we're all involved in. We're all taking part in. We're all accepting, and especially in countries that have got monarchies like Denmark and the United Kingdom, but also around the rest of the world, where we basically see our political parties as fucking deities, and they're not. Damn it, I swore. I was trying not to swear in this video. But basically, the reason why so many people live like shit, we could have 20 billion people on this earth living fantastically well if it wasn't for the fact that we're working 9-to-5 jobs when machines could already be doing this work, and the human race could be, sailing to the stars right now with endless resources, mining asteroids, you name it, we could be doing it. But we're not, because the select 0.0000001% of this world want to keep control, they want to keep inefficiency, and they want to keep on destroying the planet in any way they can, because they're so short-sighted, they don't even know they're doing it. They're just so focused on power and money that they'll end up taking the power away from the whole species and every other species on this planet if they're not careful. And if we're not careful, if we sit by as a majority, a clear majority, and just say, well, my life's not that bad. So I think it's also, especially the job of people whose lives are very well, those who've done well out of crypto, who've got in early like I did, we owe it, I think, to the ecosystem to not be so self-serving and actually just get out there and help. I mean, even if it means just giving 1.1 of a Bitcoin to some of your closest friends, for example, and then tell them, if you start making money, don't be a selfish asshole, give 0.1 of Bitcoin to 10 of your friends. Things like that. Imagine that for a new chain letter, instead of getting some bullshit through Facebook that takes your data, which is actually modern value, because we're moving to the internet of value, which is what D.Tube and Steemit and all these things are. So instead of these companies who have tapped onto the fact that data is value, but the world hasn't caught up to the fact that that's the case, so therefore we're like, oh look, I can use this for free, all I have to give up is my privacy, and then I'm going to usher in this system that's going to basically deliver the modern version of what the program media did. Programming us through the television set. Well, they're now programming us through the internet, because Twitter and Facebook, and well, not so much Twitter as much as Facebook and YouTube, but they're all geared to assist the corporations and keep us down like a bunch of slaves, subservient, just, beta humans. So yeah, don't be that. It's going up. Let's say it gets a few corrections. Don't care. Buy into it. I say it all along. Even if it's 20k, I say buy into it. It's like, well, it could take a dip, and it did take a dip. And people are like, oh no, it's done that 8 grand. I bought it for 20. Well, that's what happens when you hold bags. Just fucking hold it. What happened? Well, it's been a long bag hold session, because you know why? We had market manipulation from the MT Gox whale, which is basically a criminal decision by the Japanese courts to steal the money from all the people who had the money on the MT Gox exchange, and basically give it to one trustee with the sole purpose of rinsing the market by dumping what they did 40,000 coins last year. So God knows what they're doing with the rest of those 160,000 they have left, as well as, of course, the fork currencies like Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, I think private, and anything else where you can basically take your keys and get your fork money. They can rinse all those markets too, and they will, because it's probably happened already. I'm pretty sure there would have been already phone calls between financial terrorists like Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, the usual suspects, devaluing silver and shit like that. They're going to carry on doing it. They've probably already spoken to these people and say, "Oh, we can get you a better price to pay your stockholders." Because that was the whole agenda, by the way, apparently from the Japanese government or Japanese legal system. Pay back the shareholders. Fuck the people whose actual money it was. Why do the shareholders need to pay back? It's not like it's expensive to develop a website. Anyway, I won't get into that. I'm doing a new track. All I'm saying is, we've got a new bull run on the way. We'll never know what manipulation they have in store, but just know this: every manipulation they have is not to destroy Bitcoin. The institutions now realize they can't beat it. They did that July last year when the media started reporting on Bitcoin for the first time. Well, they did negative stories. For the first time you had a balance of some positive ones, only because they were being lampooned so much on the social media that was looking ridiculous, and they know they're losing all their viewers. There's only 60-year-old people that watch CNN shit now and watch the 3 news stories an hour that go in repetitive cycles saying Putin, Trump, enemy, war, nuclear weapons, and neuro-linguistic programming telling us, basically programming people to think certain things. A lot of people think Trump's an asshole. I think he's doing a much better job than any other candidate, including Bernie Sanders, who I actually financially supported, would have done, because he would have been bought out easy, because his family's not a bunch of fucking billionaires with basically gangster family, or he hasn't got that protection. So even though I supported Bernie Sanders, I'm kind of glad it's worked out the way it has. I might eat those words soon in the future, but I think overall we will overcome them, because they really are a minority. We just need to get to that, the same way we got to saying that political correctness led to us saying certain things the last few years. We got PC gone mad, we went PC gone insane, and hopefully we'll go PC gone sensible in the future, where we actually see, oh hang on, we're the majority, let's do things that suit the majority of the world, the 99.99999%, because I don't believe the 1% factor, because the people who really have all the money are much less than 1%. Take care till the next video.